Hey everyone, I'm Juliano Sella, and today I'm going to talk about some aspects of World War II. Okay, so let's begin. I'm going to start with the new world geopolitical order. They decided to use this term to form an alliance where different nations could have the power of solving what single-handedly nations couldn't. The second aspect of World War II is the Cold War, which was this conflict between the Soviet Union and the USA. It happened in 1947 and ended in 1991. It was waged on political, economic, and propaganda fronts and had only limited recourse to weapons. The third aspect we are going to talk about is the D-Day. Some of you may know what the D-Day is, but for the people that don't know, it was a seaborne invasion, the biggest one in history. It's a key date to the story of the Second World War. The whole operation was codenamed Overlord. It happened on 6 June 1944, after 5 years of war with Germany. The Allied troops landed on beaches along an 80-kilometer stretch of the Normandy coastline in the north of France. It's not the nearest part of France to the UK. It was chosen because Hitler was expecting the invasion force to cross the English Channel as its narrowest point. By making a longer sea voyage, they avoided some of the heaviest coastal defenses. And a fun fact about this date is that the D in D-Day does not stand for anything. It's just a name the military used when planning an event. The fourth aspect I'm going to talk about is what happened to USA and Japan after World War II. In a few words, Japan wanted to extend its power over Asia, taking China, which was bad for the US because they had some financial interest in China. But Japan had already taken a bit of China after World War I, where they have located German bases there. And now, for an external opinion, I'm going to interview a friend of mine, Nicole Diaz, 19 years old, who is a graduate from Montebello Academy and interested in history. What she thinks that might have triggered World War II, and her response was: unresolved conflicts and grudges from World War II, territory, not enough punishment. People thought democracy and capitalism had failed due to the economic plunge of 1929, the US stock market crash, and government assured that dictatorship and totalitarianism was the answer. For example, Italy, Benito Mussolini, and Germany, Adolf Hitler. These countries were the most affected for World War I, because they were the countries that had the more severe punishments, as the other nations blamed Germany and Italy for the damage that was caused. So Hitler came with the idea that the only way to raise Germany to its glory again was to become a dictatorship, and he slowly entered the idea of Nazism or fascism. That is the core idea that races makes a nation great. And after the complete response, I asked her how does she defines capitalism and communism. Her answer was: capitalism and communism are two different concepts. I define capitalism as private ownership of material endeavors, and communism is the opposite, where everything is for everyone and run by the government. There's no proof that one of these methods is better than another, but obviously the countries that have applied communism, they are not in so great conditions. So what countries tend to do is to apply capitalism to have the right to private ownership of material endeavor. Okay, so this was all for the video. I hope you have a great time watching this video, and see you next time.